the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As the season winds down, let's take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Still a lot to play for between now and wildcard weekend, and as usual, seeding should wind up playing a major role in determining who goes on to the Super Bowl. It's the Texans going up against the Steelers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 match.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He'll get the football here. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Brian Cushing, the linebacker, in on the tackle. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number one receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
Goes underneath for Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now Roethlisberger, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
On the dive, here's the fullback Prosh. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Strong grabs it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off, William Gay. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now you got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. They go play action here on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Goes underneath for Bell. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, so 1st down, 5 yards to go. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it with Bell. Just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that'll give them a first. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
3rd down and 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it here. This is Prosch, the fullback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
3rd and 1. Who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Detroit!
Now a handoff to Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's second down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
Miller, the lone setback. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of him.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action here on first down. Incomplete. So the grab there by the defense, the holding penalty called. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got time. He's going to rifle one. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here we go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep this time for Miller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's... Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Miller, the lone setback. Now back to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. And even 50 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Here's a give to Miller. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll go again with Bell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Eddie Pleasant in on the stop. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Returnable here from the 38. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told us, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And some room to work. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Gets it to Strong. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for a Houston first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller. And a cut to the right and some open field here. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Goes underneath for Bell, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd down, here's Bell. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Yeah, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it with Tony D. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. Well, the field goal attempt is well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. 1st and goal here from the 9. Now the Hall of Famer Dorsett. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Bell, and he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now, it looks like they might be expecting a pass, an extra DB in on 3rd and goal.
And that's how the game has changed. Now we think pass first, even in goal line situations.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And that one, my goodness, that one. Was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Watch A9, watch A9, he's yours. Single.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And this one caught by Coates. Sammy Coates off to the races. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Coates, 82 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And that makes it 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice Nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Play clock winding down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And the D-line pitching together must be expecting the run. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Goes underneath for Bell. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. He's going to get the football. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Watch 82. Watch 82.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they will take a knee here. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Steelers, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.